Hey Cancer, how are you? This is Mary Ellen coming to you from Moonrise Cottage Soul Tarot. Thanks for stopping by my channel. Got a lot going on for you this week, Cancer. We're sailing into the Scorpio new moon, and you are very affected by the moon cycles, and I see it in the cards. Here to talk about your soul destiny, your purpose as an entity, a light language person, a star seed. We're going to look at your life. We're going to look at your lover over here and pull a room for you at the end of the reading. So the readings go, my intention is to go deep for you so you understand your own purpose, which is your energy and what's happening for you. And we are here talking also about the realm of love. So you'll see those things blended in together. So as most of you know, I'm traveling. I am in New Mexico. I am prepping for getting the readings out so that I can be free for the intensive healing retreat that's coming this weekend on Thursday through Sunday at noon. We've rented a beautiful retreat center high in the mountains in New Mexico in Silver City. So if you have any inkling and you want to join that effort for a soul retrieval session, it's interesting because we see this notion of a journey here and Sweet Soul Rising. Just let me know, okay? Send me an email. The links are below. I'm also doing some fundraising. My intention, I've just stepped out, and my intention, because of the messages that I get from my guides, is to do my best to do a year of travel in order to bring Moonrise Cottage and the shamanic healing that I have the capacity to stimulate in others to the people who can't come, in order to stimulate the energy that we need in order to rebuild what's going on here in the earth. So at some point, I'll make a little video about that. I haven't gotten to it yet. Been driving across the country. So Cancer, clearly you are on some kind of a beautiful journey, and it does have to do with your soul, all the things I was just talking about. Okay, some kind of sacred journey, owl, shaman, medicine. And what I like about this card is it shows the process of going very deeply inward in a very private way. And owls are very powerful. They have giant wingspan, and we see the wings fully extended at the crown chakra and the heart. So I think some of you are experiencing some kind of kundalini, some kind of awakening through the sacred journey that you're having. And of course, it is bringing to you some kind of soul rising, some kind of shift and change that feels very tender. And, you know, as a water sign, we see the indication there. So something about you going on this journey in order to rise into the place that you're meant to be in your life, I believe that's what it's about. So for your partner, we'll just give you a little teaser ad. Look at that, the rainbow. Your partner, look at the flight. They have taken flight in some way, and they're going straight into their own destiny, and it has to do with the sacred rainbow, right? Light workers, the light bridge, things like that. Bringing forward the rainbow. So my guides, of course, are talking about over the rainbow. Somehow your partner's going over the rainbow or into the refractions of light that actually exist here in a way for their own incredible journey, because they are intent on some kind of sacred convergence. And if we look at this together with that, clearly it has to do with you, absolutely, because we're here to talk about love along with your life, general aspects. So whoever this person is, they're walking in to some kind of a soul space, my guides are saying, that looks and feels to them like this. They may have had some inspiration come to them. And in this card, do you see that boat in the bottom of the card? They are definitely on a quest. They're on some kind of a journey. And while they're having this intense connection with you, so there's some kind of, all right, my guides are telling me to jump into it. There's some kind of an awakening, some kind of soul awakening happening. The judgment card comes, and you know, the sacred trumpet sounds. Something's happened to them. It's caused a great shift and change. And they know that they are very bonded with you, but I think they are very bonded with the universe as well. Something very sacred coming forward, changing their life entirely. Beautiful, to have the capacity, I guess, to be bonded with somebody like that who's going through this kind of intense awakening in their life to take their own rainbow journey in order to bring forward some kind of sacred convergence. And when we look at your cards, that's the theme that my guides want to talk about. And there's the notion, pardon me, of a sacred convergence. This is the Three of Wands. It's about standing on the shore, knowing and intending and having decided to take a journey. You've taken the first steps that need to be taken, and now you wait for your ship to come in. So we see this couple standing on the shore, and immense amounts of light surrounding them, and huge amounts of lion-hearted love. They're bonded. They know, but something new is coming forward. They can't see what's in the cups, but they know that they're there, and that there's a great mystery about this journey that they are embarking upon. And that's your energy under the light of this message. That's how you feel. All right? That's the elopement of skill. It is the Eight of Wands. It's that much passion. And not just passion in this deck. It's a sacred story about a couple that was separated. They couldn't bond together, and the feminine half had to go through a death and rebirth process. In order to reach her lover, they were in a banquet hall, they ran to the chimney, stepped into the fireplace, rose up, because when the energy bonded, they were able to ascend. In a sense, that's what we see going on here. And they rose through the chimney. When they got to the atmosphere, interesting, isn't it? It's very interesting, all the metaphors that are going on. They turned into swans and flew away. And in the Irish Celtic mythology, swans mate for life. So there's some very profound, very deep bond going on while between the two of you, while you are both having a journey. It's clearly a journey together, but I think it's also you are each having your own journey, because here's what was on the bottom of the deck. I'm going to take it. The spinner of growth. Okay? That is the Wheel of Fortune. You see what's going on here? So people say you're mirroring each other, all those things. Yes, it's true. But the journey that you're taking is both joined, and I think it's solitary. This person is in flight, and this bird is looking at this sweet soul rising. So also really fascinating when it comes to mirroring and the way you're both on your journey. You're moving in the direction of each other, and you each have your own sacred journey that has to be experienced on an individual level. Okay, that's what's coming off the deck, so to speak. So Cancer, there you are. Woman of Art. It's the Page of Cups in this deck. It's about a sacred woman who was meant to turn into a river. And again, we're talking about light language. We're talking about her energy. And it was the river Boyne that she turned into, along which many of the sacred sites came up in Ireland. So there is change happening. And I think there's change to this relationship. It may be brand new. There may be an offer of love coming, from you to somebody else, Cancer. But it's definitely changing your destiny. And it's affecting the journey that you are on in some way. And you, because you are changing your energy, your love energy, the light language codes that you carry within you as a water sign, literally beginning to flow out of you. That's the change that's happening. And it's because of this relationship and the decision that you took to take a journey with this person. And with yourself, in a sense. In the traditional tarot, we see you standing there by yourself. So very interesting the way it's all coming out. Look, Woman of Battle. I love it. She's been through her transformation. She's got her amulet on. She has her power in her hands. The winds of change are blowing. She's known as often being the first one into the gap. She does not shrink back from a challenge. So you are watching yourself transform and go on this journey. And it is what's causing you to have the soul rising. So it has to do with you. It clearly has something to do with the relationship and the way you are ending a cycle. Because there was some moment in your life when you were feeling lost. This is, in the traditional tarot, that's the Ten of Swords. So you see it's aligned with the spinner of growth, the Wheel of Fortune. It's about feeling adrift and not knowing how to reach your destination, fearing that you will never reach it. It's the end of a cycle. If you look closely, you'll see the sun coming up. So this is about souls traveling together, trying to reach a destination, afloat on the ocean, feeling adrift. Very interesting. So there's something going on with you, Cancer. Easy enough to predict that this bond causes the end of a cycle in which perhaps you did feel adrift. And that is because of the change, the Wheel of Fortune, that process is ending. You come to the end of a cycle. In a sense, all of these cards indicate the way in which you cycle in these days. You know, my guys, they you know, if you've been following along, they talk a lot about what's going on with the cosmos. So if you don't know, go look. If you're not familiar with astrology and you're new, go look at some videos from Mallory McCord or Robert Cosmar, those kinds of things. They will inform you about what's going on here in this planet. We're in a moment of shift and change, and it's a profound one. So let's see what the guides have to say. Give us a few more messages, please. Yeah, okay, so see that? I'm gonna pull them right off the top. I love this because it's an indication of all the things I've been talking about. That's the Three of Cups. It's about celebration. It's about overcoming obstacles in order to be able to join your energy with someone else in the mythology of this deck. And it's literally about sharing energy and celebrating the fact that you've been able to overcome whatever obstacles were standing in your way. Hang on a second, move this over. And, you know, aligned with this card, Ten of Swords, the end of a cycle, it brings forward your benefits, my guides are saying, okay? So it's a fabulous transition caused by the Wheel of Fortune to go from the Ten of Swords into celebrating a love bond. I like that, or a connection of some kind. All right, Spirit. So here's what comes next. It's your destiny, Cancer. That's the Queen of Pentacles. A lot of abundance coming to you from the spiritual realm as it in regard to your life and your journey, and clearly having to do with this love bond. What this card indicates is the spirit realm is literally weaving together the strings of your destiny, and it's looking right into this. So fantabulous. And then the next card is the Sacred Lovers. Okay, it's the lover of devotion. It's about choosing a pathway and going through the process of clarity, knowing that there's something really divinely ordered going on, and still you have to bond with yourself. That's what my guides talk about. It's really true. If you ask any psychologist, etc., you have to stand in the center of your life and look out forward from there. And when somebody shows up and you feel this divine connection, because look, this person has the Lover's card as well. If I can get this to stand still. See that? So it's going on inside of both of you, and it is your destiny in a sense. Destiny coming forward, we see all the way out. These things are aligned. It is literal destiny, and it's being woven together on a soul level. So it's a very spiritual connection that's bringing forward this change that has always been destined for you. I believe that's what my guides are talking about this week. They are talking about the factors of destiny. So I like it. So let's get an outcome card for you, Cancer. Spirit, can we have some energy, whatever's going on for beautiful Cancer, as they sail into this gorgeous Scorpio new moon, going deep on this journey, the mysteries of Scorpio, the energies of Scorpio, sinking down into the deep to bring forward destiny. Look, speaking of destiny, there you go, Four of Wands. I love this for you, Cancer. So what always attracts me is the blue shoes. So there is transformation. Your walk is being transformed. The way you are in the world is being transformed. And there you are, dressed in your passion, flowers in your hair. You're contemplating your life, maybe your love relationship, the things that have come before, the things you want to create, the shadow side, where the light resides. And you've got your vessel in your hand. It's filled with water, love, energy, abundance, etc. And you're sitting in front of this water element. You can refill your cup whenever you want. So as the Four of Wands, It's about being in a rested place about this love relationship. And, you know, you are sitting there thinking about, well, I really want to come to bonding. I want to come to celebration. People talk about this being an indication of marriage in a sense, you know, the wedding tent and all that. So there's just, I think the advice is stay with the change process that you're going through. Pay attention to yourself and your destiny. You have to definitely lean into this, and you are going to decide your pathway. And the fours in any deck are about restive, quiet places into which you make decisions. So I think that's what's going on. It might be a little bit of a challenge for you. You're trying to get some clarity about this. I don't think you have any question in your mind about the fact of it, but you're trying to get clarity about what to do with this relationship. I believe, look, for your lover, there's been a tower moment, some massive shift and change. So when this comes out, I think next to the Judgment card, whoever your lover is, this also destiny for them, but I think they, through this awakening, they brought the tower. And they're going through this massive shift and change. Sailing into the rainbow, if you will, Spirit. Give us a little more notion about Cancer's sacred partner. What is it they are experiencing? What is it that we can learn about this person that's going to help Cancer understand their own journey and be able to love and support this person, be there for them in whatever way they're meant to be? All right, Spirit, give us another couple more cards, please, for October 21st through the 28th for Cancer, for the love bond. Tell us what's going on with this partner. Okay, so we've got a little a peeker here. I'm going to see what that's all about. Yeah, look, interesting. Look at this. There's two of them. So when we see the Five of Cups come out, we know that there's some kind of processing going on. May have to do with grieving about things that have been left behind or lost. My take on this is this person clearly knows there are two cups behind them. They're well aware, but some shift and change has come over them. When they finish this process, they walk across that bridge in the background with their cups, and it may in fact be what your partner is doing. And I love that this card is here back to back with the Empress. So once again, whoever this person is, this is not a negative thing that this tower came down. It did bring some grief to them in a way because of the change that they knew they had to initiate and bring forward. Even though they know how bonded they are with you. And what they're doing is sitting in their Empress energy, the energy of manifestation and creation inside this universe, my guides are saying, and they're using all their strength to do their own journey and to manifest their dreams by bringing something crashing down in their life. Okay, Spirit, give us one more notion. I don't think the love bond came crashing to the ground, but something about the relationship changed in a way that's really drastic. And we see this notion for them, the way they're doing journey. They may be turning their attention in a way with what they're trying to manifest in their life. Yeah. So what they're doing is they're using a combination of magic and strength in order to bring things into fruition because they have had some divine inspiration. All right. Ace of Pentacles. You see that garden gate? Your lover may have walked through the gate toward their own destiny. I don't think they're leaving you behind per se, but there's a great change coming of some kind because they're doing their best to wield magic, to leave something behind, do their best to process it, grieve it if need be, because they know there's more coming. They know. And they're intending on wielding their magic. It's taking a lot of strength for them. I don't think it's clearly not an easy journey. It's almost like they're needing to choose their own pathway, even as it affects the bond that they have with you, and I think with the universe. I think that's part of it. All right, Spirit. Give us a little something from the Oracle of the Runes, please, for beautiful Cancer, about this love bond. You know, Cancer, it might be that whatever change is going on for your partner, you're clearly going through changes too. And maybe you're just trying to figure out how to do this journey now because you feel so bonded with this person. And you may feel a little hopeless, but don't worry about it because I think, you know, it looks like, yeah, there's change coming, but it's changing both of you for the better. And I think it's all going to be okay. All right? Let's see, Spirit, what have you got? Can you give a message for beautiful Cancer about this love bond? Wow. Oh, gosh, you know, sometimes my guys just make me cry. Cancer, look. You're going deep into the mystery realm with this person. There's a deep journey going on. I'll read this to you from the book. I'm trying to, you know what? I'm going to put it right here, Cancer. I'm going to put it right there for you, okay? And if you're new and you don't know about the blank rune, it's going to blow your mind a little bit. It's beautiful. I love it. Thank you, Spirit. It's about the unknowable, about the mysteries of life, and the way destiny comes forward, the way things change. It's a little bit about like the Alpha and the Omega, that concept. So this is the blank rune. It is about the unknowable, about the divine. It is coming out of the mindset of Odin, the All-Father, from the Norse tradition. So blank is the end, and blank is the beginning. This is a rune of total trust and should be taken as an exciting evidence of your most immediate contact with your own true destiny, which time and time again rises like the phoenix from the ashes of what we call fate. The appearance of this rune can portend a death, but that death is usually symbolic, and it may relate to any part of your life as you are living it. Relinquishing control is the ultimate challenge for the spiritual warrior, and here the unknowable informs you that it is in motion in your own life, and in that blankness is held undiluted potential. That's why we see it here like this. And this is the moment of blankness. Fascinating. Thank you, Spirit. So, held in the room, undiluted potential, and at the same time, both pregnant and empty, this rune comprehends the totality of being, all that is meant to be actualized. That's why we're seeing what's happening here, I think. Cancer. Drawing the blank rune may bring to the surface your deepest fears. Will I fail? Will I be abandoned? Will it all be taken away from me? And yet, our highest good and our truest potential and all of our fertile dreams are held within the blankness. Willingness and permitting are what this rune requires, for how can you exercise control over what is not yet in form? The blank rune often calls for no less an act of courage than empty-handed leaping into the void, and drawing it is a direct test of faith. Thank you, Spirit. The unknowable represents the path of karma, the sum total of your actions and their consequences, the lessons that are yours for this particular lifetime. And yet this rune teaches that the very debts of old karma shift and evolve as you shift and evolve. Nothing is predestined. What beckons is the creative power of the unknown. Whenever you draw the blank rune, take heart. Know that the work of self-change is progressing in your life. Wow, it's beautiful. Look at this. I'm just going to pull them down here for you, Cancer, so you can really see clearly. It's astounding what's going on. So thanks for being here to pick up your message, and I'm wishing you the best of all the destiny that's clearly coming forward for you and your partner, whoever that person might be, whether it's work or, like guys are saying, a project you're doing at school, somebody in your family. There's some clear destiny coming forward. And I think because this journey is about a soul rising, and we're seeing this partnership here, this journey, all over this reading, all kinds of journeys and beginnings and endings and change. I'd love to hear how it's playing out in your life, Cancer. Thanks so much for being here. As always, click the like button for me, and Leave me some comments. I'm always curious to know. If you're new, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. Click that bell, all that stuff that readers say. All right, have a wonderful week. Enjoy the Scorpio new moon. It's going to be very profound for you and for your partner. All right, Cancer, thanks for being here. I'll see you next week.